restore financial confidence by having an operational ERP system in the shortest period, and to ensure that we are up to date in terms of financial reporting and audited accounts. Your Worship, fellow councillors, it is my honor to present for your approval the 2023 revenue and capital estimates. Budget framework. Your Worship, the budget before you is a plan whose main thrust should be to spare sustainable service delivery and improve the well-being of the residents of Harare. The 2023 estimates are advised by outcomes and outputs in the 6 program areas. Your Worship, the City of Harare endeavors to contribute to the national growth targets and bring about sustainability in service delivery. To align and support national development, provincial plans, and local plans visions, the city's 2023 budget will embark on an array of infrastructural projects in the following areas: water and sanitation, roads, public safety and security, health, education, and social amenities. The 2023 budget seeks to support water infrastructure and rehabilitation through construction of a chlorine dioxide plant at Morton Jeffrey Waterworks. The project is expected to reduce the number of chemicals used in the purification of water. This will have a positive impact in the reduction of the cost of chemicals and the subsequent tariff. Rehabilitation of intake works at Lake Chivero and Davendale will improve quality of raw water abstracted. Refurbishment at Morton Jeffrey, Prince Edward, and Warren Control will improve water production and pumping to 500 megaliters a day from the current average of 350 megaliters a day once complete. Furthermore, interventions in the distribution network and installation of prepaid water meters will result in reduction of non-revenue water by 3% and improve on revenue collection. It seeks to support infrastructure development through road construction and rehabilitation, which is a key enabler for economic growth and development. The city, through the government of Zimbabwe and Rwanda, is embarked on a street lighting project which will enhance public safety and security. Over 1,000 streetlights are expected to be installed. It also seeks to support macroeconomic stability by proposing taxes and levies that are just and equitable, resulting in reduction of costs of doing business and attracting foreign direct investment. It also seeks to protect the vulnerable groups of the society through the provision of world-class health services and supporting gender mainstreaming through Mbare Polyclinic for sexual gender-based violence. The city will refurbish polyclinics citywide and upgrade targeted polyclinic to match service provision given by the Mavuku Polyclinic. Furthermore, the city will procure mobile clinics to service areas with limited access to health facilities. It also seeks to improve socio-economic development through refurbishment of social amenities. The city seeks to embark on refurbishing of its halls and stadia to world-class standards and complete the construction of markets across cities' wards. It also seeks to protecting the environment through the implementation of the local environmental action plan. The city is also continuing renewable energy programs through installation of solar facilities in all the district offices. As the city draws closer to its vision of becoming a world-class city in 2025, All the proposed council policies, strategies, and budgetary allocations of all programs for the ensuing financial year are focused on attaining inclusive and sustainable growth towards the vision. On gender budget statement, Your Worship, gender equality is a topical subject, and as a city, we are committed to ensuring that we provide gender-responsive service delivery. To address gender equality concerns, Council adopted a two-pronged approach consisting of the administrative and budgetary measures for implementation. The administrative measures include, among others, capacitation of the gender desk, appointment of a gender focal person in every department of the city, formulation and implementation of gender-sensitive policies and laws. Whilst the budgetary approach involves gender mainstreaming through the budgetary process, this includes prioritizing gender-responsive service delivery. Your Worship, this is the reason why the 2023 budget is skewed towards water, sanitation, and hygiene sectors. The street lighting project to which the city has embarked on will ensure that our streets are well lit and minimize the violation of women and girls in our communities. In addition, effective gender mainstreaming through the budget is being sustained through equality participation in the budgetary process. In this area, we have dedicated consultative meetings with women and young people and investments in projects and programs that seek to achieve gender equality. Your Worship, the total budget to achieve the above is as follows. Capital expenditure, 41.688 billion Zimbabwean dollars. Recurrent expenditure, 171.758 billion Zimbabwean dollars, to bring a total of 213.427 billion Zimbabwean dollars. The capital funding structure is as follows. Our own funding, 26.741 billion Zimbabwean dollars. Intergovernmental fiscal transfers, 7.980 billion Zimbabwean dollars. Public-private partnerships, 1.329 billion Zimbabwean dollars. Loans, 2.980 billion Zimbabwean dollars. Grants, 120 million Zimbabwean dollars. Zinara, 2.1 billion Zimbabwean dollars. Donations, 800 million Zimbabwean dollars. That brings a total of 41.668 billion Zimbabwean dollars. Your Worship, allow me to give more detail on the above budget, highlighting allocation to each program. Water and sanitation and hygiene program has an allocation of 95.559 billion Zimbabwean dollars. Water, sanitation, and hygiene is at the heart of service delivery. The strategic objective of the program is to improve the availability and sustainable management of water and sanitation for all. The key outcome is improved water, sanitation, and hygiene. In line with the aspirations of the residents and stakeholders of Harare, we have made the following major provisions for the water, sanitation, and hygiene programs. Solid waste sector, 19.279 billion Zimbabwean dollars. Waste services, 11.37 billion Zimbabwean dollars. Wastewater, 64.442 billion Zimbabwean dollars, to bring a total of 95.559 billion Zimbabwean dollars. The program will be funded as follows: intergovernmental fiscal transfers, 6.552 billion Zimbabwean dollars. Our own revenues, 86.342 billion Zimbabwean dollars. Public-private partnerships, 840 million Zimbabwean dollars. Loans, 1.633 billion Zimbabwean dollars. Donations, 192 million Zimbabwean dollars, to bring a total of 95.559 billion Zimbabwean dollars. Roads program is an allocation of 26.441 billion Zimbabwean dollars. Your Worship, the strategic objective of the program is to improve the road network. The state of our roads is currently not aligned to the city's vision 2025, as the state is very poor. The performance of this program is attributed to late disbursement of funds and failure by the city to provide funding for this highly capital-intensive program. The roads program will be funded as follows: roads infrastructure, 21.847 billion Zimbabwean dollars. Traffic management, 4.593 billion Zimbabwean dollars, to bring a total of 26.441 billion Zimbabwean dollars. Sources of funding are as highlighted below. Zinara, 2.75 billion Zimbabwean dollars. Our own revenues, 22.168 billion Zimbabwean dollars. Loans, 404.8 million Zimbabwean dollars. Intergovernmental fiscal transfers, 1.18 billion Zimbabwean dollars, to bring a total of 26.441 billion Zimbabwean dollars. The public safety and security services is an allocation of 19.616 billion Zimbabwean dollars. Your Worship, the strategic objective of the program is to improve the safety of citizens in the local authorities. Our emergency services remain in a dire state. Our 2023 budget seeks a redress to this state. We are happy to report that the 4 fire tenders donated by Operation Florian were delivered and are in use. We also received donations of 3 ambulances during the year. As a city, we must make efforts to improve the state of our emergency services, because no discerning investor is willing to risk investing in a city without robust emergency services. The public safety and security provisions are as follows. Emergency services, 4.269 billion Zimbabwean dollars. Municipal police, 10.133 billion Zimbabwean dollars. Public lighting, 5.213 billion Zimbabwean dollars, to bring a total of 19.616 billion Zimbabwean dollars. And these are going to be the sources of funding are from our own revenues, 19.186 billion Zimbabwean dollars. Loans, 350 million Zimbabwean dollars. Donations, 80 million Zimbabwean dollars, to bring a total of 19.616 billion Zimbabwean dollars. Social services, allocation of 40.807 billion Zimbabwean dollars. Your Worship, the strategic objective of the program is to improve the standard of living of the community by providing quality and adequate housing, education, health, and social amenities. The social services program consists of housing delivery, education, social amenities, informal sector, and health services. To achieve the objectives of this program, we have made the following allocations. Housing, 7.212 billion Zimbabwean dollars. Education, 3.083 billion Zimbabwean dollars. Social amenities, 5.886 billion Zimbabwean dollars. Health, 22.641 billion Zimbabwean dollars. Informal sector, 1.982 billion Zimbabwean dollars, to bring a total of 40.807 billion Zimbabwean dollars. The sources of funding are as follows. Intergovernmental fiscal transfers, 660 million Zimbabwean dollars. Our own revenues, 38.277 billion Zimbabwean dollars. Public-private partnerships, 489.5 billion Zimbabwean dollars. Loans, 253.22 million Zimbabwean dollars. Donation, 983.883 million Zimbabwean dollars. And grants, 802.856 million Zimbabwean dollars, to bring a total of 40.807 billion Zimbabwean dollars. Governance and Administration Program is an allocation of 29.039 billion. Your Worship, the Governance and Administration Program is a cluster of departments that provide governance and administrative support in Council. In essence, these are the Finance Department, the Human Capital Department, the Chamber Secretary's Department, and the Town Clerk's Office. The major outcome of this program is improved corporate governance and administration. Capital budget allocation to the various sub-programs within the governance program were made as follows. Council, 4.331 billion Zimbabwean dollars. CEO, 1.565 billion Zimbabwean dollars. Human resources, 3.628 billion Zimbabwean dollars. Finance, 5.216 billion Zimbabwean dollars. And the technical services got 14.297 billion Zimbabwean dollars, bringing a total of 29.039 billion Zimbabwean dollars. The funding structure is as follows. Our own revenue, 28.163 billion Zimbabwean dollars. Loans, 589.32 million Zimbabwean dollars. Intergovernmental fiscal transfers, 336.693 million Zimbabwean dollars, bringing a total of 29.039 billion Zimbabwean dollars. Natural resources, conservation, and management has an allocation of 1.92 billion Zimbabwean dollars. Your Worship, the strategic objective of the program is to promote conservation of natural resources for sustainable development within the community. The program has no sub-program and will be funded partly from its generated revenues of 16.2 million and deficit from property tax. Council has adopted local environmental action plan which will guide programs in this area. The 2023 revenue projections. Your Worship, the following external and internal revenues will accrue to the city as follows. Intergovernmental fiscal transfers, 8.866 billion Zimbabwean dollars. Loans, 2.98 billion Zimbabwean dollars. Zinara, 2.85 billion Zimbabwean dollars. Public-private partnerships, 1.329 billion Zimbabwean dollars. Grants, 120 million Zimbabwean dollars. And donations, 1.22 billion Zimbabwean dollars, bringing a total of 17.367 billion Zimbabwean dollars. Our own revenues contribute 198.499 billion Zimbabwean dollars. Your Worship, the above own revenues amounting to 198.499 billion will come from the following income streams: refuse collection, 15.094 billion Zimbabwean dollars; park fees, 279.135 million Zimbabwean dollars; wastewater, 11.181 billion Zimbabwean dollars; property tax, 73.114 billion Zimbabwean dollars; cemetery fees, 1.559 billion Zimbabwean dollars; water services, 60.066 billion Zimbabwean dollars; business licenses, 10.1 billion Zimbabwean dollars; public safety, 1.74 billion Zimbabwean dollars; housing, 4.093 billion Zimbabwean dollars; billboards, 570 million Zimbabwean dollars; city parking, 2.26 billion Zimbabwean dollars; estates, 4.533 billion Zimbabwean dollars; stadia and halls, 501.976 million Zimbabwean dollars; city architect, 3.412 billion Zimbabwean dollars; cemetery fees, 1.559 billion Zimbabwean dollars; emergency services, 1.5 billion Zimbabwean dollars; trenching fees, 1.2 billion Zimbabwean dollars; health fees, 3.021 billion Zimbabwean dollars; town planning fees, 1.18 billion Zimbabwean dollars; informal sector, 395.448 million Zimbabwean dollars. Your Worship, I now turn to the projected expenditures and revenues for various programs. Water, sanitation and hygiene program, which has an allocation of 95.559 billion Zimbabwean dollars. Your Worship, the WASH program is the cornerstone of service delivered. It has a projected expenditure of 95.559 billion Zimbabwean dollars and will totally fund its activities through cost recovery tariffs after taking into consideration funding from devolution, loans, and others. The WASH program is expected to realize internal revenues amounting to 86.342 billion Zimbabwean dollars to support its functions. Below is the tariff structure for the WASH program. Our refuse collection is once a week, the collection area. In high density suburbs, the existing was $8 and the proposed remains at $8. The same goes for the low density, which was $11 and still remains at 11. Commercial and industrial areas, which was at $22 in 2022, we are proposing to maintain the $22 for the coming year, Your Worship. For commercial and industrial, the frequency of collection and the charges that are existing, we are proposing that we maintain them, Your Worship, with the collection of once a week at $22, with the collection of once a week, we are proposing to maintain it like that. The collection of 7 times per week, 7 every day, we are proposing to maintain it at $40, Your Worship. Roads program. Your Worship, the roads program is a total expenditure of 26.441 billion Zimbabwean dollars. The revenue for this program will be drawn from billboards, 570 million Zimbabwean dollars, parking fees, 2.26 billion Zimbabwean dollars, and endowment fees of 1.2 billion Zimbabwean dollars. Zinara fees amounting to 2.85 billion and other fees 500 million Zimbabwean dollars. The deficit will be covered by property tax. On social services program with an allocation of 40.807 billion, Your Worship, the social service with total expenditure of 40.807 billion is expected to generate only revenue of 3.183 billion. Business license will realize 10.1 billion. Health fees, 3.1 billion Zimbabwean dollars. Housing, 4.093 billion Zimbabwean dollars. Education, 164.6 million Zimbabwean dollars. And informal sector, 395.44 million Zimbabwean dollars. The shortfall from the program is offset by property tax. Your Worship, we are proposing not to change the clinic fees as they are this current year. We are also, Your Worship, we are also proposing to maintain the hospital fees and the maternity fees as they are currently are. Hospital and clinic fees are substantively static in relation to 2022 financial year to promote access to health by all. It is expected that government grants for drugs and related programs will cover the shortfall as well as contribution from the property tax. Your Worship, council rented accommodation was not contributing much in terms of revenue because of our rentals have been very sub-economic. In the coming year, we are proposing the following charges. Glenora semi-detached, which we are currently charging 159, we are proposing to charge $130. Zivaresekwa terraced the full unit from $78 to $80. Glaudina, 228 to 230. And the Borodale lower houses from $300 to $500. Public safety and security, which is an allocation of 19.616 billion Zimbabwean dollars. Your Worship, public safety and security with a projected expenditure of 19.616 billion is expected to generate only revenue of 1.74 billion Zimbabwean dollars. The program shortfall will be subsidized by property tax. Ambulance fees are as follows. Ambulance, from $20, we are proposing $35. Hospital, non-ventilated, $27 to $50. Ventilated, $32 to $75. On governance and administration, with an allocation of 29.039 billion Zimbabwean dollars. Your Worship, this is the program where property tax resides and is responsible for offsetting shortfalls incurred by other programs. The program is expected to generate projected own funds amounting to 78.016 billion Zimbabwean dollars. The revenue will come mainly from property tax, 73.114 billion Zimbabwean dollars, technical services comprising city architects and the Department of Works Administration, 3.413 billion Zimbabwean dollars and 1.118 billion Zimbabwean dollars respectively. Natural resources and conservation with an allocation of 1.92 billion Zimbabwean dollars. The program with total expenditure of 1.92 billion Zimbabwean dollars is expected to generate own revenue amounting to 16.26 million Zimbabwean dollars, with shortfall being offset by property tax. Your Worship, there are issues that I want you to note from the budget presentation. On council-rented properties, council resolved to dispose council-rented accommodation to eligible sitting tenants to promote home ownership in Harare. Please also note that building plans approval fees have been rationalized to facilitate ease of doing business. Market fees have been rationalized to promote the growth of the small and medium enterprises sector. Yes, Your Worship. Rates have been maintained at the current levels, and in some cases, adjustments are downwards. Clamping and towing fees has also been reduced as a response to the public outcry and as a measure to reduce corruption in the sector. Cross-section of monthly bill. Your Worship, the following are examples of ordinary monthly bills for high density, medium density, and low density areas. 5 cubic meters of water equivalent to 25 drums is the monthly lifeline for a standard household of 6 occupants. The existing charges for 5 cubic meters of water is 5.15, and we are proposing to maintain the charge. For sewage is $4, and we're also proposing to maintain it. Refuse collection is at $8, and we are proposing to maintain it. Property tax, $6, and we're also proposing to maintain it. This is for the high density areas. For the medium density areas, Your Worship, we are proposing that 5 cubic meters of water be maintained at $8.30, sewage $6, refuse $11, property tax $52. And for the low density areas like Borodeo Group, Your Worship, we are proposing that 5 cubic meters of water, $8.30, sewage $6, refuse $11, and property tax of $88. Recommendations. Your Worship, some of the recommendations listed below were pronounced in the 2022 budget but were not fully implemented. I therefore propose that this be carried forward to 2023 in addition to the new ones. 1. ERP. Council should bring to finality within the first quarter of 2023 issues regarding the ERP, as this is the platform to collect revenues and prepare final accounts. In the immediate, Council resolved to have a bridging ERP within 14 days. Number 2, on provision of water. Council should prioritize implementation of the chlorine dioxide technology to rein in cost of chemicals. On revenue generation, departments should identify potential areas requiring bylaws and craft bylaws with the help from the Chamber Secretary and submit with this budget. Furthermore, outdated bylaws should be reviewed immediately. On general valuation role, due process to approve the recently completed GVR should be expedited so that implementation takes place in the first quarter of 2023. On structural review of revenue collection division, it is recommended that a review be done and capacitate the division with the right structure which will aid in revenue collection. On strategic business, Your Worship, it is recommended that there is assessment of dividend accruing from strategic business units so that council derives optimal benefit. In the meantime, council has taken full control of Rufaro marketing and a new board with a clear mandate has been appointed. The board has been tasked to solve the legal issues and ensuring that council derives maximum benefit from its properties. On roads program funding, there is a huge potential to generate significant monies from gravel sales. Council should put in place security measures to stop illegal abstraction of gravel from designated sites and enhance internal controls to mitigate revenue leakages from this income stream. On the sale of council rented houses and sitting tenants, council to come up with a policy to dispose of council rented residential properties to eligible sitting tenants. Vital statistics. Departments must continuously update their database to have reliable statistics. On institute program project monitoring to ensure accountability, transparency, and enhance the efficiency. On modernization of facilities. Council must rehabilitate and modernize social services infrastructure. This will enable the city to derive maximum value from these services. Furthermore, programmed maintenance should be undertaken on all infrastructural assets to mitigate against expending greater capital outlays in future years. On billboard fees, billboards, a key potential revenue stream, has not been optimally explored. Going forward, a proper audit should be undertaken and automation of billboard management must be done to promote efficiency and transparency. This should be a key priority in terms of budget execution, and its performance should have tracked dashboards to assess traction. Furthermore, contracts with companies should be watertight to avoid monetary loss in instances of severing ties. Debt recovery strategies. Council is employed to execute an effective debt recovery strategy to rein growing debtors. On lease management process, Council should optimize revenues received from leases by making periodic review of the lease agreements in line with obtaining market trends. Council to recover what is due through cancellation of leases and engagement of defaulters through stakeholder engagement programs. Data collection. Council must continuously embark on an intensive data collection exercise to update the customer's database with information such as emails and cell phone numbers. There should be intensification of e-billing as Council embraces e-commerce and ensure that those who have no access to electronic platforms have timeous delivery of the physical bills. Increasing payment platforms and revenue collection points is important to bring convenience to our customers. Also to expedite integration of payment platforms so that customers can have real-time balances, which lessens contestation of bills. On audit gaps, Council should attend to recurring audit matters raised by the Auditor General over the past 3 years. On billing in USD, we propose that Council bills ratepayers in USD to preserve value. However, the ratepayers will have the choice of paying with their preferred currency as provided for by SI 185 of 2020. Before I close, Your Worship and fellow councillors, allow me to recognize the following. The various stakeholders, including the residents of Harare, who through physical and virtual meetings have given Council valuable feedback, which has been broadly incorporated in the preparations of these estimates. My fellow councillors, for deliberating on these estimates and giving guidance during the preparations. The town clerk, heads of departments and their staff who were involved in the preparation of these estimates. Your Worship, the successful implementation of the programs spelled out above requires that the various stakeholders, including the residents, ratepayers of the city of Harare, to pay their bills when they fall due. Everyone must pay for services. There is a cost to doing business or living in an urban setup. This is the only way your council will be able to provide services to their expectations. Finally, Your Worship, the budget that is before you is reasonable. Residents were consulted and we listened. Council took heed and responded with a budget that aims to provide the basic services as demonstrated by our theme, 2023 budget, back to basics towards sustainable service delivery. The budget aims to ensure sustainable service delivery. Water, wastewater, and refuse collection challenges. Roads have been given preference in the budget before you, Your Worship. The smart city concept, which is characterized by using modern systems and processes as demanded by stakeholders at various fora, will be sufficiently addressed by the budget before you, Your Worship. Our goals and targets are purely products and byproducts of the financial performance of the city. It is quite imperative to note that service delivery is a function of the financial performance of Council. I now have the pleasure, Your Worship, fellow councillors, in asking Council to approve the 2023 estimates of expenditure revenues. I thank you, Tatenda Siabong.
Thank you. I thought you were going to say we are launching our own satellite as well.
Well, Your Worship, thank you so much.
We need to move
Okay, yeah.
option and then we'll need a second.
Okay, yeah, we need someone to move and if
We can congratulate actually for having launched the satellite. And we will advise that you, as our own Minister of Finance, you also launch another best satellite.
Certainly, Your Worship.
So you can move and then we can have a second.
Okay, I therefore move a motion to adopt this 2023 capital and revenue estimates.
Yes, our support is important.
Thank you, Councillor Mandela. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Your Worship. I'm also moving a motion to adopt the recommendations made below of the Joint Small to Medium Enterprise Environmental Management, Business Information and Publicity and Education, Health, Housing and Community Services and Licensing Committees dated 17 October 2022, Finance and Development Committee dated 19 and 27 October 2022, detailed above. You want me to lay the... Yeah, sure. So I move the motion to adopt that. I have someone to second. Yes.
Martin.
Oh, yes, yes.
Thank you, Councillor Martin.
It was a pretty long. Not a pretty long. Alright, so thank you. Let's all. Finance, a well presented budget. This is the one issue. The special council the budget. For the budget to perform, we need the cooperation, as he said, the cooperation of central government on devolution funds. We have issues around devolution funds that are being diverted to other uses. We have not authorized the use of devolution funds to Pomona. We have not authorized the issue of devolution funds elsewhere. We want the devolution funds back to council, and that has weighed down our ability to perform as a council. We are also worried about the debtors that have been highlighted by the Chair of Finance, with the government owing the bulk of the monies that is due to the council, and we hope that can be done. It was also highlighted that our energy bill is quite high, which is a sore point because ZESA took our power stations and our cables and is not paying royalties for the work that we did, but is making money and is charging us commercial rates. So we need to deal with that energy budget and energy issue going forward. But we, as council, will end here. This budget is open for comment. Yes. It's on open display. Where? It is, yes, it is on open display here at Town House, and we'll make sure that it is openly displayed on all our social media platforms so that people can comment within the month on issues that are of concern to the public, and we are duty bound to take your presentation and and amend accordingly. And we would like residents associations to assist us and to assist their members to contribute to this world, your CRAS, your HRTs, your water, what is it? Community Water Alliance, and any other residents associations that have consent. The chairperson is there, I am there, the council is there to get your representations and to assist your members.